Hello and welcome to Ellon Academy's virtual assembly for Friday the 19th of March. So firstly, it's been so good to see our S1 pupils in school this week, and as you can see from the picture there, because we've had to abide by the government mitigations in terms of these 3 weeks coming back to school on a phased basis, our young people have been working in desks and chairs that are 2 metres apart from each other. But to be honest, it's been working well. It's not ideal, it's not what we want for our young people. We would rather they were in their usual classrooms, working together in pairs and in groups, and just having that usual school experience. But not to be for now, we're afraid, but it's gone well as we would have hoped this week. It's been lovely to hear the school buzzing a bit more with voices and laughter amongst our young people. And in general, I would say most of our young people have been really pleased to be back, albeit for a day, but also to reconnect with their friends and with their teachers, and obviously have that expert input from teachers in terms of the different boosts that we've given them through literacy, numeracy, health and well-being, mental health, and humanities for the S1 pupils. Next week, on Tuesday the 23rd, we will be looking forward to welcoming our S2 pupils back, and they'll have a very similar experience. But what we found is staying in one room for most of the day, obviously apart from their break and lunch, it's maybe good to have some outdoor time throughout the morning. S1's got that in the afternoons last week or this week, and next week S2s will have that as well. But during the morning, we're going to include a wellbeing walk for our S2 pupils as well. So gradually improving things as we go through. And then we look forward to welcoming S3 pupils on Tuesday the 30th of March for a very similar type experience. And it's almost like a mini induction back to school for our broad general education young people, and that's going to be helpful for them for the full return that we anticipate after the Easter break. In terms of our senior school pupils, it's much more complicated for them, considering that they are back into their individual subjects, and we have to ensure that they have an experience of each of their certificated subjects throughout the week that they're in school. So as you know, S4 have been in 2 days a week, and S5 and 6 learners have been in 2 days a week as well. It's been very, very difficult to plan for assessments which would happen after the Easter break. And the difficulties have arisen because even as of today, we're still receiving updates from the SQA regarding courses and regarding entries and unit deadlines and a whole raft of things that we have to build into our programme and take consideration of, all before a final deadline of entering the final predicted grades on the last day of term, which is Friday the 25th of June. So because of all of that, we've been working very closely with the principal teachers in school, and in turn the principal teachers have been working with the teaching staff, and also we've been discussing these issues with the parent council as well. So the point that we're at just now is that we are working on the final draft of the assessment calendar, and that will be available to all pupils, all senior pupils and parents and carers at the beginning of next week. I can tell you at this point in time that we won't be coming straight back into assessments after Easter. We will have one full week of quality learning and teaching to help prepare young people, but the assessments are going to be spread over a number of weeks. And during those weeks, pupils will be continually in school and getting that quality learning and teaching right throughout the assessment window. And that will be really, really beneficial to our young people. But be assured, you don't expect an assessment on your first week back after the Easter break. So you'll see the details of that calendar when your assessments are plotted in over those few weeks, and that will give you some time to think and plan and prepare. But also, while the assessment calendar is ongoing, you'll still be in your classes getting feedback from your teachers, doing revision, and getting that very, very important support that you will need. And staff really want to provide the best level of quality support to you so that you feel confident going into these assessments. And some subjects will have a second assessment at the end, or the second half of that assessment block during those weeks. So you'll have other opportunities to provide the best work and evidence that you can possibly do. And to help you with that, as well as the support that you'll get from all of your subject teachers, we're producing a how to study guide, and that's because we're very aware that some young people in our senior phase have never experienced this level of assessment, and maybe just don't know exactly what to do in terms of studying. So we've got a really comprehensive guide, and I've almost finished it, and I'm just waiting for principal teachers to give me some input regarding specific subject advice to you. So there's lots of general advice as to how you can study, and what a range of different methods that you can look at and see what kind of suits your learning style. And that specific advice will be helpful too from the different faculties in terms of the courses that they offer to you. After the assessment block is finished, then teachers have got a really mammoth task to do in a short space of time. They've got to mark all the assessments as they're ongoing. They've got to moderate them all, and we do cross moderation with other secondary schools as well. So that takes a bit of time. We've got to verify all of those provisional grades, and then we have to go through quite a rigorous process of quality assurance to the final date of the 25th of June to get everything into what we call SQA Connect, which is an electronic system for entering those grades. So there's an awful lot to happen, but we absolutely want to reassure our 4th, 5th and 6th year pupils that the bottom line is support, and it's support for you in this most challenging situation that we all find ourselves in. Some secondary schools have got a very similar model to Ellon Academy, and some have got quite a different model. So that will be a variation on the model depending on what the circumstances in the different schools are. So don't worry about that. We have got Ellon Academy's best interests at heart, and in particular the best interests of you, our young people. So as the Scottish Government begin to progress that route map into the relaxation of the different rules that we are living under currently, there's lots and lots to look forward to. It's very easy to get down about the situation that we're in, and it's actually okay to feel a bit down. It's okay to be feeling a bit hopeless, and that things are never going to change, but be assured they will change, and hopefully, if everything goes to plan, we will all be back in school after the Easter break, back to normal, back to doing what we always do, and back to making sure that Ellon Academy is doing the best and the very best for our young people. So in the meantime, and until next week, please stay safe and look after yourselves, and try not to stress too much, because we're here to help you. Thank you.